Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I do my roots. So I have my color right here. We're going to mix it up. I have 5NN from Joico as well as Tenval peroxide, and I'm just going to show you kind of how I section it off into 4 sections and then just kind of paint the roots. This will keep it super simple and keep it really clean, and like I had no color all over me. So just doing it this way and keeping it sectioned off keeps it a lot neater and easier to do. And then I have kind of like 2 mirrors facing each other so I can see behind me. But I also wanted to do something a little different today. Instead of just putting on some music in the background or just explaining what I'm doing, because there's not much to explain, kind of just show you how I section it off and how I take each section so you can kind of watch along and you'll figure out how it's done. I thought I would share with you um, kind of 7 truths in my life that I've seen growing up, evolving, and being in my 40s now. I think some of these truths will resonate with you guys, and if they don't, maybe it's not a message for you and it's not part of your journey, but maybe this will hit a few viewers um, listening and watching, and it'll resonate with them and it'll help them out, because that is what I want my channel to be about. I like helping you guys with fashion and makeup, but also maybe some more vulnerable things, some more things that are inward and learning and evolving and blah 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 blah. I'm not good ad lib to just kind of talk, so I wrote things down to keep things a little bit more organized, because I don't know, I wouldn't make any sense if I tried to just go with it. I'm not a good storyteller, but I did journal some things, so I want to share them with you guys. So if you want to hear that, then just keep listening. So, my first truth I've learned in this life is gratitude. So, kind of if I'm having a tough day, if I'm feeling off, upset, or anxious, I've struggled with anxiety my whole life. I will turn it to gratitude. I'll be grateful for the things in my past, the things in my present moment, and grateful for what is to come. I will repeat to myself to trust in the divine timing of your life, and it just kind of settles the mind chatter, and gives you a little bit more of a calming place to come from and just kind of analyze what's going on in a little bit better state of mind. So, my second truth um, for me and what I want to share with you guys that I've learned is you're allowed to feel upset and disappointed. I kind of have more of a people pleasing personality. I don't like people being upset with me or confrontation. So it's kind of, I don't like feeling upset, but you're allowed. It's important. So, we're taught at a young age to we have to take our turn. We have to be patient. You get what you get and you don't get upset. Don't cry on your birthday. So sometimes when we have these people pleasing personalities, we feel guilt, we feel shame or embarrassed when we get upset, when really we're allowed to feel these emotions fully. And the more we give ourselves grace in that time, the sooner the feelings will subside and you'll probably have a different outlook on the situation. I know for myself now, when something comes up that is upsetting to me, I feel it fully. I just give myself a lot of time, not a lot of time, like a slot of time to just feel it and be upset and sleep on it. And I know that I'll just have a different perspective after. I go right into kind of this problem solving type of thinking, logical thinking. Let's look at it from a different point of view. How can we find, like, maybe this is a different path, a different journey we need to take? But I give myself the time to feel upset and just be upset and be mad and be like, I don't have to apologize for that. So you are allowed to feel upset. Just don't get stuck there. That's the problem, is when we get stuck in those emotions. My third truth that I have learned, I want to share with you guys, is you are allowed to change and you are allowed to grow. I find it the most exciting thing in life to evolve, change your thoughts on things. As you age and experience more, looking back each decade of my life, I've come so far on my journey with who I am and my beliefs and my struggle with anxiety. You think in your 20s and your 30s you got it all figured out. Life will come in and give you a slice of humble pie. Like, when I went to counseling and was struggling with anxiety, I wanted to learn the tools to get better. It excited me. Um, I just think that sometimes we think we can't change. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. That saying, you can change and you can evolve, and you do not have to apologize for that either. Sometimes when we do change, it upsets the people around us because they expect us to be a certain way or act a certain way or react a certain way, but you are allowed to change. I've changed many thoughts on the world, on values, on politics, and I will keep changing and keep growing and keep evolving. I do not like to kind of put my strong opinions out there, because you know what? I might learn something that might change those thoughts. So I like to internalize things and look at them from my own perspective. But yes, you are allowed to change and you are allowed to grow. My fourth truth in life: drop the judgment. One thing that I have always felt in my heart growing up, ever since I've been little, is knowing I am not better and I am not less than anyone walking this earth. We are all innocent when we are little. We start at the beginning of our journey and we are just these blank little canvases. We can't help where we come from or how we are brought up. We haven't been through someone else's life, so we need to drop the judgment and have a little empathy. Smile at a stranger, give someone a compliment. You don't know how much that can do for a person's day. I've had it where someone will just say something and it just brightens your day. I've had it where you have a little conversation with the cashier and I don't know, you just have this human connection and these human interactions, and it's just, you realize we are all just kind of connected with each other in that human way. And it is so cool to just, experience that and share it with one another. So don't judge people. Don't judge people if you think they are above you in status or monetary, or below you in status and monetary. No one is better. No one is worse. We came here the same way. We are leaving the same way. And when I tell you these truths, this is day-to-day things. This is people living their day-to-day normal lives. I'm not talking about extremes. There's extremes in life that are right and wrong, and that is not them. These are day-to-day things. So just take it like that, because yes, there's absolutely some horrible people in life that we can judge, but I'm just talking day to day. So my fifth truth that I've learned in life, and this is a quote that we hear, is be the change you wish to see. So for myself, a lot of times my unpleasant feelings, negativity, or distress comes from my own insecurities. I will scrutinize others for not showing up the way I want them to, when really I should be mirroring the behavior I would like from others. Treat them the way you would like to be treated and be the change you wish to see. One of my favorite quotes is from the late Wayne Dyer, is when he says, When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And that has always helped me along in this journey. And like, sometimes it's us, sometimes it's you, sometimes it's your perception. You got to look a little bit inward instead of um, blaming others for kind of what's going on or where you're at, or blaming others for not acting or being a certain way, or just scrutinizing what they're doing or being jealous of where they're at. And that comes from us, that comes from our own insecurities. So be the change you wish to see. My sixth truth: life never really goes as you expect it. So lessen your expectations of a final result. We kind of have these expectations of how our lives should be or how things should be working out. But I've found many, many, many times in life it just doesn't end up that way. So we need to enjoy the ride. I've had visions of what my life would be as a little kid, a teenager, and young adult, even into my mid 30s. Caused a lot of frustrations and disappointments that were unnecessary. There is only so much we have control over. I love to manifest things. It has worked out many, many times in my life. But you can't get too attached to those visions because sometimes that reality is not meant to be, and that's where you have to shift your focus and start again. And that is where my last truth comes in. My truth number 7: it's never too late to start again. With each morning, a clean slate is created for you to choose what you want to do in this life and your goals that you may have for yourself. Give yourself grace for every misstep. Those missteps may be lessons to be learned, and they may be building resilience within you. Most times when we can't get out of our negative loops, it's just a habit our mind and body has created. You can slowly break it down and create a new, more positive and fulfilling routine for yourself. Just don't peer over into someone else's life or journey as a comparison of what and where you should be. One of humanity's worst habits is comparison. If it motivates you, fine. But if it brings up negative thoughts and feelings, acknowledge it, feel it fully, and then drop it. So that is all I have for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed these 7 truths that I have seen and felt and learned in my life in the last 40 plus 2 years. And I know that I don't have it all figured out, and 40 is still young, and there is still so much to live, learn, and create and evolve into. And I hope you guys do the same. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, pleasant, calming, peaceful day. I hope that this helps you guys and that you can take in a little something from it. And if it doesn't, that is totally fine. Totally fine. This all could be sound really dumb to you, and is your that's your right to feel that way. But I hope it helps. Anyways, thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you guys again soon.